Top 3 forbidden compliments that make women drool over you. These aren't pickup lines, they're psychological keys. Say them from awareness, not ego, and watch her energy shift. The third one works only if you truly mean it. As still perception. We live in a world saturated with the surface. Beauty is praised, achievements are lauded, immediate gratification is sought. And in this rush, the essence, the quiet strength that underpins true character, often goes entirely unacknowledged. Most men, when they offer a compliment, aim for the obvious. You look beautiful, that's a nice outfit, you're so smart. While these words carry a fleeting warmth, they rarely penetrate the armor of experience. They are easily dismissed as they speak to a realm of perception that is already crowded, already validated by mirrors and societal norms. To truly stand out, to create an emotional resonance that lingers long after the words have faded, you must cultivate what I call still perception. This is the art of seeing beyond the veil. It is the discipline of observing not just what a woman presents, but how she presents it, and more profoundly, what that presentation reveals about her inner world. It is the quiet recognition of the effort, the intention, the inherent qualities that manifest in her being. Imagine a calm lake. When you look at its surface, you see reflections, ripples. But if you sit, if you still your mind, you begin to see the depths, the life beneath, the unwavering stillness that holds the surface. Your compliment should emerge from this deeper seeing. Instead of, "You're beautiful," consider, "There's a quiet strength in your presence that is truly remarkable." Or, "I appreciate the way you carry yourself with such unwavering calm, even amidst chaos." Notice the shift? We are not commenting on the aesthetic, but on the essence. We are acknowledging an inner quality that most people overlook because they are too busy looking at the reflection. This requires you to slow down, to truly be present, to listen with more than just your ears, to see with more than just your eyes. It requires you to observe the subtle cues, the way she listens, the thoughtful pause before she speaks, the focused intensity in her eyes when she discusses something she cares about, the subtle resilience in her posture, the graceful precision of her movements. This is not flattery, it is discernment. When you articulate a compliment born of still perception, you are not just speaking words, you are transmitting the feeling of being truly seen, truly understood, on a level that is profoundly rare. This resonates deeply because it taps into a fundamental human need: to be acknowledged for who we are, not just what we appear to be or do. It tells her, without you having to say it directly, that you possess a depth of observation, a quality of presence that sets you apart. It hints at a wisdom within you that can perceive the subtle architecture of her character. The forbidden aspect here is that it goes against the common impulse to chase the superficial. It demands a moment of stillness from you, a moment where you are not thinking about what you want from her, but simply observing and appreciating what is. This is a discipline. It's about training your mind to look past the immediate and into the enduring. When you say, "I noticed how you approached that challenge with such grounded determination," you're not just complimenting her action. You're recognizing the qualities that enabled that action. You're speaking to her spirit, her cultivated resilience, her inner fire. This is where true emotional addiction begins. It's not about manipulation, it's about magnetic authenticity. She will remember the man who saw her, not just looked at her. That's a shared truth. Human beings are wired for connection. We seek resonance, the feeling that another soul understands our journey, our challenges, our victories, even the quiet battles we fight within ourselves. Most compliments, however, exist in a vacuum. They are a statement from one person to another, a judgment or an appraisal. You're smart, you're talented. These are external validations. But what if you could offer a compliment that bridges the gap between two separate experiences, that creates a shared space of understanding and recognition? This is the power of shared truth. This strategy involves articulating an observation about her that resonates deeply with a truth you yourself understand about the human condition, about life's complexities, or about a shared subtle experience. It's about finding a point of genuine human commonality that you then reflect back to her, but in a way that highlights her unique navigation of it. Instead of simply saying, "That was a difficult situation you handled well," which is a statement of fact, consider, it's rare to encounter someone who maintains such inner peace while navigating external pressure. That kind of stillness is something many strive for, but few master. Here, you are doing several things simultaneously. Firstly, you're acknowledging her strength. Secondly, you are demonstrating that you understand the difficulty of what she accomplished. You implicitly recognize the challenge she overcame, suggesting you have some familiarity with similar struggles or the value of that particular virtue. Thirdly, and most importantly, you are elevating her capacity to a realm of universal human aspiration. You are not just saying she did well, you are saying she embodies a quality that is universally sought after and deeply respected. You are creating a shared understanding of the value of that quality. This form of compliment bypasses the ego and speaks to a deeper part of the self, the part that grapples with existence, that strives for mastery, that understands the journey of self-cultivation. When you articulate a shared truth, you are essentially saying, "I see the weight of what you carry, the effort you expend, the wisdom you embody, and I recognize its profound significance because I understand the landscape of human experience." It's a subtle nod of recognition, an acknowledgement of a shared humanity, yet it highlights her exceptional way of manifesting a particular virtue. Think about the modern anxieties we all face. The constant pressure to perform, the struggle for authenticity, the search for meaning in a chaotic world. When you can connect her actions or her being to these deeper universal themes, you forge a powerful bond. For example, in an age of constant distraction, if you observe her focused attention, you might say, in a world screaming for attention, your capacity for deep, undistracted focus is a true strength. It's a quality many have lost, and its power is undeniable. Here, you're not just complementing her focus, you're placing it in a larger context, highlighting its rarity and profound value in the current era. This forbidden aspect lies in its subtlety and its depth. It requires you to step out of the simplistic admirer role and into the role of a fellow traveler who recognizes profound wisdom or strength. It requires you to connect her observable actions to deeper principles. This creates an emotional addiction because it makes her feel profoundly understood, not just superficially admired. It suggests a shared philosophical ground, a shared appreciation for certain virtues. This is not just about making her drool, it's about inspiring deep respect, a sense of being aligned, and a recognition of kindred spirit. She senses that you don't just see her, but you also understand the world she navigates, and you appreciate how she navigates it with such grace or strength. Wartok unveiled resonance. The most potent connections are often formed not through what is explicitly said, but through the subtle, unspoken energies that exist between two individuals. We yearn for someone who can perceive the subtle current of our inner world, someone who can articulate a feeling or an unspoken truth that we ourselves have perhaps only dimly felt. This is unveiled resonance. It is the act of expressing a profound, almost mystical connection or alignment that transcends typical conversation. It's the acknowledgement of a deeper click, a subtle vibrational match that most people either don't notice or don't dare to put into words. This strategy delves into the realm of shared understanding, a synchronous rhythm, an intuitive appreciation of each other's presence. It moves beyond specific actions or qualities and into the realm of how your energies interact. Instead of saying, "I enjoy talking to you," which is polite but generic, consider something that speaks to a deeper, almost inexplicable alignment. There's a rare and profound stillness in your presence that I find grounding. It creates a space where thoughts become clearer. Or, it's intriguing how effortlessly our perspectives align on certain fundamental truths, as if our understanding flows from the same wellspring. This compliment is powerful because it addresses the intangible, the feeling of rightness that often accompanies a strong connection. It speaks to the chemistry, the synergy, the unspoken comfort or intellectual harmony that exists when two people genuinely resonate. It's not about what she does or even what she is, but about the experience of being with her. You are essentially putting words to a subtle energy, a dynamic that both of you might be feeling, but only you have dared to articulate. The forbidden nature of this lies in its vulnerability and its perception of the subtle. Most people are afraid to venture into such intangible territory, fearing it might sound too abstract or too forward. But when delivered with genuine presence and quiet confidence, it is incredibly disarming and deeply connecting. It makes her feel understood on an energetic level, as if you can perceive the contours of her soul. This is not about declaring romantic interest. It's about acknowledging a profound human resonance. It's about saying, I perceive the unique way our beings interact, and I value that profoundly. To cultivate unveiled resonance, you must practice deep listening and profound presence. Feel the atmosphere between you. What is the unspoken dynamic? Is there a shared sense of calm, an easy intellectual sparring, a natural unfolding of conversation? Is there a comfort in silence that is unusual? When you observe these subtle energies, give them voice. I find that in your company, the noise of the world simply recedes. There's a quiet clarity that emerges. Or, it's interesting how our minds seem to dance around the same ideas, even before they are fully articulated. This is deeply emotionally addictive because it fulfills the longing for a profound, almost spiritual connection. It tells her that you are attuned to more than just the surface, that you appreciate the nuanced dance of human interaction, and that you are courageous enough to articulate these subtle perceptions. It suggests a rare depth in your own being, a capacity to connect on a level that few others even attempt. This creates a magnetic pull, a desire for more of that profound resonance. It shows you are not just a conversationalist, but a deeply perceptive and authentic soul who can meet her in the quiet depths where true connection resides. She won't just drool, she will feel a sense of homecoming. Lasting echoes. These are not mere words to be memorized and deployed. These forbidden compliments are expressions of a cultivated mind, a disciplined presence, and an authentic heart. They are habits of perception, strategies of connection that demand more from you than simple recitation. First, you must cultivate still perception, the habit of truly seeing beyond the surface, observing the inner qualities, the quiet strength, the subtle efforts. Practice this in every interaction. Look for the essence. Second, embrace shared truth, the habit of connecting her strengths, her unique navigation of life, to universal human aspirations and challenges. Demonstrate that you understand the significance of her virtues. And finally, develop unveiled resonance, the habit of perceiving and articulating the subtle, intangible synergy between you, the unique emotional and intellectual landscape you create together. When you integrate these habits, they do not act in isolation. They synergize, forming a tapestry of connection that is profoundly magnetic. Still perception provides the raw material, the deep observations. Shared truth gives these observations universal significance, elevating them beyond personal opinion. Unveiled resonance then binds these individual threads into a unique shared experience, acknowledging the powerful and often unspoken connection. This isn't about manipulating an outcome. It's about elevating the quality of your presence and the depth of your interactions. When you speak from a place of genuine observation, shared understanding, and resonant perception, your words carry weight, they carry authenticity. They don't just make women drool, they inspire deep respect, genuine interest, and a profound desire for continued connection. You become not just a man who gives compliments, but a man who truly sees, truly understands, and truly connects. This is the path to meaningful relationships. Relationships that transcend the fleeting and resonate through the silence. The ultimate power lies not in the words themselves, but in the man who speaks them. Cultivate your inner stillness, sharpen your discernment, and speak from a place of true presence. That is the only real secret. Which habit are you going to start first to cultivate deeper connections? Still perception, shared truth, or unveiled resonance? Drop your choice below. Let's inspire each other.